All right, here we are again with another launch. Today we are launching the U.S. Um, lab up to the International Space Station. It will be docking to the uh, frontmost port of the Unity module that was already launched up there, which is attached to the Zenith module. And of course, the front of the well, actually, I want to show you something really quick. Look over to your left, you'll see all of the staging. If you look at stage number 1, you'll see that the delta V is rising. It starts down, clear down at like 407 meters a second. By the time we get up to outer space, that up out of the thick atmosphere, that goes up to somewhere around 1700 meters a second. So that's pretty interesting to watch. Also, stage 3, delta V also is increasing. It's because as we go higher, the air becomes less dense, and therefore our engines perform better. And so our delta V in a vacuum is typically much higher than delta V at sea level. But with that upper stage, even more so because it's a small, efficient engine, and the thrust to weight ratio is less than 1, which is okay in a vacuum. Um, and so it really gets up there. It's a very big difference between sea level delta V and vacuum delta V. Anyway, back to what we was talking about. Just wanted to point that out to you guys before we got too far into this mission. Um, Front of the station, of course, is the direction pointing opposite from the radiators. So here we go. Again, I typically the launch profile for these have been pretty high. Less shallow launches seems to keep the rockets and modules more stable and more protected from thermal heating. Only 500 meters a second left to go in this first stage burn, and then we will have burnout and SEP and reignition of the upper stage. Well, the second stage. My apologies. And here we go. First stage cutoff, SEP, and ignition of second stage. Doing good. Just a nice climb up into space. We'll be ditching that fairing at about 80,000 meters. Doing pretty good. Again, not one of my best burns. I was getting pretty late into the night when I was doing this, and so I was like, oh, we're just gonna get up there. But still an okay launch profile. And for sake of the viewers, we're gonna fast forward to our circularization burn. There we go. Just so you don't have to wait quite as long. And we'll have ignition here very soon. There we go. Working on that circularization. Separation. And burn of the upper stage to keep it from burning up in the atmosphere when we come back around. There we go. And engine cut off. Awesome. Okay. Inclinations are very close again. Only 1.5 off. We're going to fast forward through inclination and inclination burn. We'll get over to our intercept burn, which is very small this time. Makes it nice. And there we go. So here's our intercept burn, or our home and transfer burn, I should say. This upper stage is definitely a workhorse. It's very nice to have it. This upper stage, of course, is featuring the RCS blocks all on it, so that way we're not leaving RCS blocks on the US lab itself. And here we come. Now I did do a little cleaning up while in between these videos. Now our station doesn't have a satellite picture, it has a station picture, as it should. I'm not sure if I renamed it the International Space Station yet or not, but that definitely needs to happen also. And we're going to burn to decrease our relative velocity to as close to zero as we can, and then work on getting an intercept. Oh, we already have an intercept, but we'll work on getting ourselves closer over to the station. And now we burn towards it. And flip over. And we have arrived to the station. Now we just need to dock to the quote-unquote front docking port of the Unity module. So that will be, for orientation's sake, that will be, there was one module attached to the truss. Below that is the Unity, and the front of that will be the direction pointing away from the radiators. So the side of the station that's towards us now, and that's a great view right there. The space station towards the sun blacked out. So that little docking port right there, that's where we're headed for. So here we go. We're gonna get all of our flight controls ready to go, and we're gonna get to it. Here we go. It's a good looking station so far, if I do say so myself. Of course, the International Space Station is also a good, unique looking space station. So see all those RCS thrusters firing, getting everything lined up. Getting close. Make sure we need to make sure we dock to the correct uh, docking port. Looks like that Unity module is actually turned just a little bit, but that'll be okay. I mean, it'll be okay. We'll make it work. Been drifting up a little bit. Gonna get a save just in case. I had some really bad ideas with um, it bouncing around and whatnot. So we're gonna take it nice and slow, and we're gonna save so that we don't lose all of our progress, because that would be very terrible. And there we go. We are docked, and yeah, we are a little bit crooked on there, but that's okay. The space station now has a U.S. lab attached to it, so we will we'll undock here, deorbit, and then we'll see you on the next launch. Here we go with that deorbit. All right. As always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, all those things. Let me know what you want to see. We're gonna finish building this ISS and go from there. Thank you.